Hello and welcome back to World 360. About 2 months from now, Hong Kong will hold one of the most important elections it has witnessed since China led an overhaul of its electoral process in May 2021. These will be the elections for a new leader of government, technically known as the chief executive, for a 5-year term. The post has been occupied by Carrie Lam since 2017, a woman who largely towed a pro-Beijing line during the 2019 to 2020 pro-democracy protests. She paved the way for a slew of national security laws that brought Hong Kong's semi-autonomous status into question. You may recall that in May 2020, the US announced it will no longer treat Hong Kong as autonomous for trade and economic purposes. However, Carrie Lam has not yet expressed her intent to run for re-election, making the race for Hong Kong's new leader all the more interesting. In the meantime, one man has been making headlines in particular. 64-year-old Checkley Sin Kwok-lam, a Hong Kong film producer and the son of the same kung fu master who taught Bruce Lee, recently announced his intention to run for chief executive on his YouTube channel. As a report in South China Morning Post points out, it's not clear whether Sin has a chance. There are questions as to whether he will even qualify as a candidate. But there are also some pro-Beijing politicians who believe he could have China's blessing to become a candidate. Let's take a look at a profile published by Xinhua, China's official state press agency, on Sin in April 2021. The article praises Sin for exposing double standards of Western politicians and media while criticizing what he viewed as an improvement in Hong Kong's electoral system. Sin has gained a lot of views online for his videos, commenting on Hong Kong politics and remarks that the leadership in the city did not come down hard enough on pro-democracy protesters. In a Facebook video in July 2020, Sin said Hong Kong is an undividable part of China. He further said, "Some people argued that China has no right to make laws in Hong Kong. It is very ridiculous." But why is Carrie Lam silent on whether she is running for elections again? The short answer is because Xi Jinping has been silent. Last month, she met Chinese President Xi Jinping in their first face-to-face meeting in 2 years, during which Xi told her that the Chinese government appreciated her efforts in restoring order after mass protests hit the city in 2019. Analysts speaking to the Financial Times drew a few conclusions from this meeting. Tam Yu Chung, Hong Kong's sole representative on the Standing Committee of China's Parliament at the National People's Congress, was quoted by Financial Times as saying that she had acknowledged Lam's administration as a whole but did not praise her personally. The report also noted that the 3 chief executives before Carrie Lam did not serve 2 full 5-year terms. It's also worth mentioning that Hong Kong's chief executive is chosen by a pro-Beijing election committee, as spelled out under the Improving Electoral System Bill passed in May 2021. The bill laid out what is known as the Patriots-Only electoral process. In September 2021, Hong Kong's political elite participated in a poll to fill 1,500 seats in the powerful election committee. In December 2021, Hong Kongers voted for a new 90-seat legislative council after the committee chose patriots who could qualify as candidates. The voter turnout was abysmally low for this election, just 30.2%, which was the lowest since the British handover of Hong Kong to Beijing in 1997. The result was a complete wipeout of opposition from the legislature. In March 2022, the committee will again narrow the choice for voters. Let's not forget that Hong Kong, since 1997, is meant to be a semi-autonomous region under China. The British handed it over to China based on the one country, two systems arrangement, by which Hong Kong would continue to enjoy its distinct political, socio-economic and legal arrangements under a unified China for at least 50 years without change. But with the overhaul of the electoral process in Hong Kong, the national security law imposed by China last year, which sent several pro-democracy protesters to jail or into exile, as well as the extradition bill which almost came to fruition, the one country, two systems arrangement is slowly but surely crumbling. Thank you so much for watching. This is Pia Krishnankutty for ThePrint. Do subscribe to ThePrint.in and follow us on social media. Meanwhile, do keep yourself safe.